My dear mother-in-law, I've always loved Jesus' stories, but I've often had difficulty working out their hidden meaning. Today, I understood it very well, as did the priests and teachers of the law who came to listen. We were in the temple courts when Jesus began his story. He talked about a man who planted a vineyard, put a wall around it, and dug a winepress. I immediately could see the vineyard my uncle Caleb had when I was a boy, and the feel of grapes being squashed beneath my feet as I helped tread them down. Uncle Caleb's was a very small vineyard, but the one Jesus talked about must have been much larger, as it had a watchtower and was rented out to some farmers. Harvest time came, and the owner sent a servant to collect the rent. The tenants ill-treated the servant. The next servant who came received even worse injuries. The third one was murdered by them. Other servants were sent, some of whom were beaten, others killed. You'd have thought the owner would have learnt from the very first view and sent in an armed group to repossess the vineyard. But in Jesus' story, he didn't. The owner was even more stupid because he sent his son, thinking they would respect him. And guess what? The tenants murdered the son, presuming that with no heir they would inherit the vineyard. Of course they didn't. Instead, they too lost their lives. Jesus ended the story by quoting the words from Psalm 119. The stone the builders rejected has become the cornerstone. When Jesus finished, the look on the faces of the priests and teachers of the law said it all. They knew the parable was directed at them. They were the tenants, we the people of Israel, the vineyard, and the servants, the prophets like Isaiah and Elijah, Ezekiel and Micah, and even Jesus' cousin John the Baptist. God used them to speak to the people. I know that some were beaten and others were killed when they tried to give God's message. But who was the Son? I think Jesus means himself. But if so, Jesus is again talking about being killed. Surely that is not true. It can't be. If he is in danger from the religious leaders, then we will defend him, hide him away if needed. One of Jesus' final words, the stone the builders rejected has become the cornerstone. Who are the builders? Are they the religious leaders? And the stone that was rejected, which was the most important of all, is that Jesus or someone else? I'm still not sure what Jesus is getting at. Maybe it'll all become clear very soon, but I hope I've misunderstood about Jesus being killed. That just cannot be true. Must go now. I see a group of Pharisees walking this way. Love, Peter.